nice and warm. In here you find both young and old, seeking shelter.
How stunning is this morning? So the alarm went off again at 5:30. That's, I think, 5 mornings this week on our holiday that the alarm has gone off at that time to try and come out and catch sunrise. So for this particular spot, we've been here 3 times this week to try and make something of it. This is Loch. I'm not sure, I'd probably say bar. But we've got really still water this morning. We've got the reflection of the mountain range obviously in the water. We've got some long grasses in the foreground. The sun is rising behind us, and hopefully when it comes up we'll get some light on the mountain range. There is just a little smidge of colour appearing across the mountain ridge at the moment. About 3 or 4 years ago we came to this spot and just actually stood up there on the road, and I took a panel of this scene. And again, when I look back at that image, I think it was the first time that I'd ever shot a panel, and I look back at it and always wished that I'd have put my 70-200 lens on. I was shooting on a 24-17. It was quite wide, which I know panels are because you're getting a big vista in, but I felt like I'd not gone further enough into the scene to pick up the detail. Won't be a second. So yeah, we're going to try and make the most of this area today. As we passed through Glencoe, it looks like it snowed overnight. I'm not sure, but that's how it looked. It was actually dark when we came through, so hopefully once we've finished with Loch, we're going to drive back through Glencoe and just have a little nosy around there and see what there is. But today's our last day, so we're going to make the most of it, come hell or high water. So look at this. The light is just coming up now and catching the tops of the peaks on the mountains. We've got a little bit of pink over this side, the reflection in the water. What more could you want from a morning? It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. As usual, at the moment I'm not happy with my composition. No surprise there. I'm going to stick with what I've got for now though, and take another couple of shots just as that light comes up. I think if the light catches a bit more, I'm going to have a look for another composition and try and get a bit more foreground interest. The foreground interest that I've got at the moment is the grasses in the water and the reflection. I couldn't really get my tripod high enough to get any tilt on the camera. I have raised the centre column of the tripod a little bit just to give it a bit more height. But yeah, wow. Yes. So I'm just doing a panel. I'm making sure that I've got enough of the image to overlap when it stitches. The sky hasn't caught as much as we thought it would, but the light's really lovely on the mountain. The main thing, I suppose, to focus on when you're doing a panel is at your tripod's level. Lock your focus off and then just work your way through the scene basically. Yeah, the light's gone from over this side now, which is a shame, but I'm still going to take it. And maybe, I think, probably once the best of the light has gone, we'll make our way back up through Glencoe. I'm on f16, a 6-second exposure, ISO 100, My tripod isn't level. So I think the best of the light and the best of the colours gone. We're going to make our way back up through Glencoe. Hopefully there'll be some snow on the mountains. I'm just sort of looking now because I can see a little, I'm not sure if it's trying to snow or whether that's wishful thinking, but I don't know. It's
snowing.
Is it? I can feel something, but I'm not sure what it's doing. The sky is really nice this morning. We arrived here at about 7:45 and came down and had a look for a composition. I think there definitely is other compositions to be had, and maybe using the embankment as a bit of a leading line through the image. I think on the images that I've taken, I've got pretty much quite a lot of the loch, and I've got the mountains on the top third. The reason that I did that was I wanted the reflection in the water and these long grasses, and because there wasn't that much colour in the sky, I wanted to make the loch the foreground as opposed to the sky. If we'd have had beautiful vibrant colours, I'm sure it's snowing. If we'd have had beautiful vibrant colours in the sky, then I maybe would have composed it slightly different. But I think with images, Max always says that the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I might look at an image and Max might look at an image and we see different things from it. Whoever took that image obviously likes it to share it and post it, I suppose. But yeah, I think people see different things from different spots and different areas, and you've got to go, I think, sometimes with what you think will work best for that situation. And that's what I did this morning. Whether it turns out is a different matter. But I think, yeah, we're gonna head back now, because if it is snowing or starting to snow, we might get some loveliness through Glencoe. So you just I think when you're at a place like this, you just can't stop looking at it. It really is beautiful, absolutely stunning. So this is our last evening. This morning you will have seen that we was over at Loch for sunrise. From there we went and had a little trip around Glencoe, around Loch Leven. Saw a lovely little boat with mirror still reflections that I jumped out of the car and took an image of. We had decisions tonight about where to go. Do we head back to Loch and do maybe a sunrise and sunset from the same spot? Do we head back over towards Arisaig, or do we try and come and find something that we know for sure will work? And we've gone with the safe option. So we've come back to Buachaille Etive Mor. The sun's setting, but we found another composition, and I've got the Buachaille Etive Mor peak reflected in a little puddle of water here. So hopefully that image will turn out okay. I've taken a 2-second exposure with a medium grad filter, a 0.9 medium grad filter on to bring the sky down because it's quite bright. And sorry, I'm just watching this exposure. And now I'm just trying a 3-minute one just to see if we can get any movement in the little bit of colour that there is. And it's worked, it has worked. There's just not a lot of cloud. The little bit of cloud that there was, we have picked it up with the movement on, but it's really, really nice. So I'm not sure if we're going to stay here or try somewhere else. I think really now at 3:30, sun's going to set at 10 to 4. We're probably better and safer to stay here. Maybe have a look for a different composition. So originally when we came down, there's a little waterfall that you might be able to hear, that when I saw it I thought, oh wow. There's a little waterfall leading up. I set up on the rocks. The waterfall was on the left hand side of the image. Buachaille Etive is on the right hand side of the image. And it just felt a little bit unbalanced because of the big expanse of water. I mean, doing a long exposure, we might have picked up the movement in that water, which might have created a bit of interest in that expanse of water. But I'm happier with the composition that we've got with the reflection of the mountain in this little puddle.
Sorry, can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you just say you were happy with your composition?
So before we go, we felt it only right just to say massive thank you for all the likes, comments and subscribes over the last maybe 5 or 6 weeks. Really much appreciated. We enjoy doing this so much. You know, we've been doing this for years and years, coming out into random places at sunrise and sunset, and only recently made the decision to record our adventures. So we hope you like it and enjoy it as much as we like making them. I suppose the other last thing to say is Merry Christmas. Hope you have a lovely time with your families. Enjoy it. I'm sure that that's what we'll be doing.
Indeed.
So once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, maybe leave us a little comment, thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if we're really lucky, you might subscribe. So we'll say good night from Glencoe, good night from our Scotland adventures. Adios! I can't floss.